You're in the kitchen.
What's up, everybody? Anna Bright and Dylan, DTF Frazier, back for episode 3 of The Drop. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
Is this going to be our best one yet, Dylan?
I think so. I think it's just getting better and better as we go.
Yeah, I think we're going to figure this out. You know, Lacey today was like, "You have a podcast now?" And I was like, "Yeah, like how do you not know?"
It's getting out
And
there.
I guess it's gradually, Deckel knew ASAP. Like 2 weeks ago in Daytona, Deckel was talking to me about it. He was like, "You're built for it." Dylan, though? So
Yeah.
you might have to take that up with Deckel, but
I'll have to
all
talk
right,
to him
Dylan,
about
let's
it.
ride. Let's quit little bit of an Austin recap. So AL and Ben, double triple crown. Kind of boring, but they're goated, you know. Mixed, 4th place with Leia. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was good. It was our first tournament together. We had a couple good wins leading up to the semifinal when we got railroaded by Ben and Anna Lee. Not a very competitive match
Goated.
and relatively quick. And then bronze medal match we played later. It was pretty late. We lost to the Johnsons, but pretty good for our first one together. Obviously not as good as you and James did, so I think I lost
Tell me about your mindset.
playing with Leia.
Yeah, you lost, but I mean, tell me about your mindset, right? You're playing Catherine and Tyson. You're down 6-0.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm like, this guy sucks. Dylan, you're missing everything.
Yeah.
Like just Tyson is just destroying you in hands. Catherine's destroying you in hands. Leia can't even touch a ball. My grandparents disliked watching me and you play together because you took every ball from me, is what they said.
That's what your
My
grandparents said.
grandfather wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you turn
Well,
that around and win
let me just
11-6?
ask your grandfather if he liked the fact that you were winning. And if so,
The Masters.
then he should be okay with me hitting more balls.
The Masters against Ben and Anna Lee.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I was the reason we lost that match.
That was so long ago. Like, I don't even remember what happened. I feel like I'm a completely
Your
different
worst
player.
result of the year.
That was like old Dylan, old Anna. Like I feel like I've completely evolved since then. That's just old news.
Maybe, but that around, you win 11-6.
Yeah.
There's a lot of discussion about wind this weekend, and I think your match is like the prime example.
Yeah.
You're up 6-0, you switch sides, you win 11-6.
Yeah. We finished on the good
Wind's
side.
a thing in pickleball.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really tight in our mixed match against Matt and Lucy because we got up 6-1 on the good side, then switched to the bad, but we were able to hang on. But, I know we bring up Christian Alshon way too much on here. I hope he doesn't ever hear it because it would just go to his head. But he had a tweet this weekend. Today I learned how important wind is in pickleball. So 8 months in, 9 months in, he learned something. And I don't know if that happens every day for him. I have another question for you, Dylan.
Okay.
Where would you rank yourself in mixed? Out of men, of course. Where would you put yourself as a mixed player?
I would say I would be in the top.
Like, honestly.
Top 10.
Top 10. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Dylan. Of course you're in the top 10.
Yeah.
Who is better than you at mixed? Tell me, who's better than you at mixed? Like, you will say, like, yeah, they're a better mixed player than me.
Yeah, I feel like mixed double is generally like whichever, like if you're a guy that can attack the girl, like usually I feel like the best mixed guys are the guys that can just kind of be relentless and attack the female.
Names, Dylan. Who's better than you at mixed?
Okay. Obviously Ben is better than me in mixed doubles. Um, that might be it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Who I think is better than you at mixed, honestly, Ben, Riley, James. I think that's it. I think you're number
that's
4.
it. Okay. I'll take that. I don't, yeah. I
Because
probably,
if I were to play with J-Dub, my grandfather would not be upset about me not hitting enough balls. I'll
yeah.
just say that. I don't think that would be a concern. If that's not a concern for my grandfather, if he's not pacing and cursing at the television, you're not a good mixed player. So
There's a
I think
problem.
you're number
Yeah.
4, Dylan. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Thank you. That really increases my confidence going to MLP this week.
You're not in my group, so it's not a problem for me to increase your confidence. Um,
Yeah.
I also, why was your worst performance of the year with me? Because you're getting results like you got bronze with Callie, you got fourth with Leia, you got like sixth with Jade. And then with me and you, like we
Yeah.
must have gotten like 12th.
Maybe you should be asking yourself that.
I guess that's just a
No, just
reflection on
kidding.
me. I guess that's just no, straight up.
No, no,
You
no,
know,
because no,
you
because
almost
but you've
you
done
had a
really well.
competitive match with had a competitive match against James and Lay with Megan Fudge. Like, and
Yeah.
Megan does not do well in front of James. It was against Megan Fudge and Gabe Tardio that James invented I'm Jimmy mode. You know that in that match in Columbus, like uh James and Jackie were down like 15-13, and then James just 8 points in a row, didn't lose the serve, just attacking every single ball of Megan. And that's when he started saying, I'm Jimmy. And then by our next match, Tim Klitsch had gotten shirts, like printed, and the back of them said, I'm Jimmy. I don't think people watching the live stream or live could hear what he was saying, but he was saying, I'm Jimmy. And that was the invention of I'm Jimmy mode. It was against Megan Fudge and Gabe Tardio.
Yeah.
Another question. Why are Ben and Colin so good? Like, I watch a lot of men's matches from the semifinals on, but just why are they so good?
I think their consistency and their shot selection is just a huge separator, and it seems pretty basic. I think for a lot of people, just say, "Oh, they're more consistent. Oh, they make the right shots at the right time." But really, I think it just boils down to that. They're so consistent. They make the right shots. Colin's like specialized for being a good partner for Ben. Like that's his. If he had a goal in pickleball, it would be to be a good partner for Ben. I feel like he just plays that role so well, resets well, and he's countering well now
That's
too.
so
Like
true. Colin
he's got
doesn't want
quick.
to be the best pickleball player he can be. He wants to be the best partner for Ben Johns that he can be.
Yeah.
That's a good brother. Would you do that for one of your siblings?
No, I would be way too selfish. It would all
Yeah,
be for me.
me too.
I'd be the best pickleball player.
Me too. I mean, we stayed at Tim Klitsch's house, and Tim told us that Colin plays so much, twice as much as Ben. And Colin has a ball machine. Colin brings out a ball machine. No one has more reps than Colin Johns. Like, Dave likes to say he does, but he doesn't. Nobody has more reps than Colin Johns. And he gets out a ball machine and he works on shots only on the right, only on 20% of the court on the right side. This guy doesn't give a crap about mixed doubles. He's just he's just like that. Also, after they won the men's final and we went back and we were like packing up, it was so wholesome. Like Colin's baking, and he's making cheesecake for Ben's birthday. It was very wholesome. So
So okay.
that's a good brother right there.
What a guy.
That's a
What a
good
brother.
brother.
Been so lucky.
What a guy, So
Let
lucky.
me
I
ask
mean,
you a question.
clearly.
Let me ask you a question because I was curious.
Okay, turning. All
Yeah,
right. Wow, you're turning the tables
yeah.
on me.
I'm tired of
All
answering
right.
your questions. Let me ask you a question. So, because I was just curious, because I watched a little bit of your mixed final against Ben and Emily, who the past couple of years have all but twice seemed pretty much untouchable. And you
Mm-hmm.
and James got a game off them, which I thought was impressive.
We
And
did.
honestly, that wasn't too
Thank you.
surprised. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting Ben and Annalie to win, but for you and James to win a game or two, I wouldn't have been surprised for that to happen. And that was the first
Yeah.
time you and James had played Ben and Annalie, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
guys are like a new team for them to face, and vice versa, I guess. But what was like after the match? Immediately after the match, how did you and James feel the match went? Because I think like the scores in the third and fourth game were what like 11-4, 11-5. So like on paper, like it's like
Four
okay,
and
they won kind of
five,
handily, but
five and
I felt
five at
I
best.
felt 5-5, okay. But I felt like the points were
I think
very
it was four and
competitive.
five.
Like I think you guys were going toe to toe with them, and like the 11-4, 11-5, I don't feel like was a good reflection of how competitive the match was because I felt like you guys were beating them at their own game.
Wow,
You guys were speeding up very well to
that's
them.
so nice,
So
Jay.
what were your thoughts immediately after the match? Did you feel like you were kind of out of the match, or you could have won it, or like what did you guys think immediately after?
I really felt like we could have won. And that was our mentality going in. It's like, of course, I wouldn't bet money on us, but I felt like we as a team, like we can beat them. Like
Yeah,
Annalise, not so good because she's like the best dinker. Like she's so good at attacking, but like James is, I think, honestly, like the least attackable male. And I think that's one reason that Georgia kind of struggles against James. Kind of the same reason. So if you watch it back, Annalie hardly sped up the ball at James, you know. So I think that, and James is, you know, hands are faster and heavier than Ben's. It's just Ben is like the dink quality is absurd. Like James wasn't able to flick one ball the whole match. Like he missed like three, like just reaching so far in. And they like make good choices. Ben especially, they were weirdly like over the middle. They were fighting a lot. There was a lot of like weird stuff in the middle. So I don't think they played their best, but I also don't think we played their best. And we started really rattled, really rattled actually. Like I'll get into why in a second. But like for me, it's like I just finished women's. This is only my second time playing mixed on Champions Sunday. I'm going back to back. And like last time I did, I was playing Jada in Georgia, who I'm pretty familiar with. And it's like, shoot, like I'm playing Ben and Ellie. The last time I played against these guys, like they just destroyed like Dylan and kind of me too. So, um, but yeah, after the match, we felt good. Like, we went back to the car. I was kind of like, oh, what's the vibe going to be? Because he's better at like leaving ASAP than I am. Like I kind of got caught up. I had a lot of anxiety about like my championship Sunday. I had like a mini grocery store, so I had to pack up a bunch of stuff so that I'm getting stopped for like, you know, photos and everything. When I finally get to the car, I'm like, I don't know what the vibe's gonna be. Like, how's he gonna feel and stuff. And he was just like, it was really sweet. Like we were really happy. A little bit of snuggling, maybe, maybe not. But I kind of wanted to go. I was hungry. I was like, all right, let's go. And then he was like, we have to watch the men's final. We always watch the men's final. So then we went back out and we actually watched the rest of what was a pretty poor men's final because we missed the first game. But yeah, we were happy. We felt like we were right in there. Of course, we're driving back to Austin and James is watching the match on his phone already. I haven't watched it yet. I like need time, especially after I lose. But James has already watched the match like three times. Like we ended up on different flights. Home. We had a connection. We had like an awkward flight situation. We ended up on different flights home. And I get a text from him and it's like, you're so on top of this. This is going to be so great for us. And I was like, thanks, but what are you talking about? And then like 2 minutes later, a video sends and it's like me attacking Ben. I thought he was talking about something like more serious and it's a video. It's like me attacking Ben's backhand. Ben's counter is bad. I'm on top of it, but I miss it long because like a lot of the times like he hit it slower than I thought it was going to come back. And I was just like, that's James. I was like, yeah, I'm on top of that. I'm on top of that in the future. So we felt good. We felt like, you know, we may not beat them next time, maybe not the time after, but I feel like we are a very legit threat to that team. So it was encouraging. It was very encouraging,
yeah. I was wondering because
I would
I
say.
thought I thought you guys' takeaway should have been all positive, but I was wondering if you guys were going to be disappointed or not
Yeah.
after the match.
No, no, a little because you lost, and I didn't feel like I felt like I kind of played pretty bad in the fourth, like left a lot of dinks high, like. But yeah, we were really happy with it. And I think James was rattled. You know, you might know why that James might have been a little rattled. But Dylan, are you in the Austin
I was
Showdown
in that group
group
chat.
chat?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It was
Can
more funny having the
do you want to
context.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Do you want to provide maybe a little bit of context and kind of break down that interaction for, you know, just what happened the night before the mixed final
Yeah. Yeah.
to
So
all of
I
our
can
many
I
fans.
can I can definitely tell you how that conversation went, but I think it's even
Let me kind of set the
yeah, yeah,
stage a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit in a
Yeah.
second. Let me set the stage. So James and I are driving back after gender day, right? James is like, shoot, who am I gonna warm up with tomorrow? Like who's around? And I was like, would Matt or Riley warm you up? Would Fed, you know, some of the other men playing that aren't our opponent, right? Like we're playing against Ben. And he's like, nah, like they wouldn't, like nah. And I was like, okay, would like Jade Up or Dylan be around? He's like, they're probably gone. And I was like, maybe like Thomas Wilson, he might watch Viv. James doesn't. James is like, you know what? I don't want to speculate. I'm just gonna text the chat. The Austin Showdown chat has like 35 pros in it. Is anyone going to be around tomorrow willing to warm up with me?
Yes.
He asked that. Dylan, you take us through the rest of the conversation. Break it down for us.
So James reached out to the group chat in hopes that someone could warm him up for pickleball, and I believe Ben's text was, or actually, I'm a little foggy with it, but something along the lines of "I can," or what did he say? He said,
Let me keep it clear for our
"Okay."
fans. A text comes in immediately. We can warm up together. Smiley face. I didn't have this number saved. I asked James, I was like, who said that? He starts dying laughing. Ben Johns. James says, after some deliberation, we don't know what he should respond. James says, are you talking about pickleball? What is going on here, Dylan? What is going on?
Yeah, well, I think you know better than I do, and based off some of the things that you and James have both told me about your interactions with Ben in the past, I think it's maybe there's some feelings there between James and Ben, or probably just one way. But that was
Why
definitely
you
probably an
haven't
awkward
had a girlfriend?
conversation.
I think you haven't even had a girlfriend. Maybe I should be talking to J-Dub about this, Dylan. But I think that there might have just been some genuine, confusion. Up until this point, I was like, maybe Ben doesn't know. Maybe he's a little confused. But then Ben John says, whatever you want. So then it's like, shoot, whatever you
Yeah,
want. So
yeah.
funny. So funny. This guy's a total alpha male. He's an alpha male through and through. There's 35 pros in this chat. And he's just trying to get in James's head, clearly, before the mixed final, just trying to rattle him, you know?
Was that what you thought?
That's my
He
takeaway here.
he was trying to get in James' head.
The next morning at noon, right before like we're close to starting our match, Ben adds like, how about that warm up? I can bring Starbucks if you want. And then James came out. James was rattled. He played horribly the first 6 points, like missed a couple drives, missed a couple drops. After I was like, why? Like, I was like, let's go. Like after the first game, I was like, because we got down 6-0 and then proceeded to lose the game 11-8. So I actually felt like we kind of dominated after getting down 6-0. And he was like, Ben got in my head. Ben is that guy.
Really?
And I think Ben is actually a total alpha male. Like you talk to Ben, and I feel like I have a pretty good read on people. I think you have like a really good read on people, like probably better than me, honestly, just because I just feel like you're like the chillest person ever with some of the company you choose to keep. Um, Not referencing anyone in particular though,
Okay.
but like you talk to Ben and like you don't even know anything about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, I haven't interacted with him much at all, so I can't really say, but
He's just like so smart, and he's just such like it's just like shit. I don't even like this guy's like on another plane of existence. I feel like he's older than me, but he's only like 6 months older than me. It's insane. Also, happy birthday, Ben. Um, great, great dude. You know, James talks about you all the time. James watches you play a lot of pickle. Um, all right. Oh, speaking of Ben, also an alpha move by Ben. Mr. Ben is getting super active on Twitter. You're not on Twitter, Dylan. Whenever we want to talk about things related to like what's going on social media, I have to like fill Dylan in on what's going on. And I'll be like, this is happening on Facebook. This is happening like in the kitchen. Like this is happening in other forums. This is going on Instagram. And Dylan's like, okay. Then he forms an opinion in like 2 minutes when he reads like the outline I sent him and then just, answers my questions. But then on Twitter, he calls out 6-0 Carbon Legacy Vatic Pro says like, there's these issues. These paddles are delaminating. The Legacy CEO responds, says Legacy respects the integrity of, I'm paraphrasing here, but the game, the rules, the family, the
the
family,
family.
Legacy, and other brands like went hard at Ben. And I felt like Ben also really, really got flamed, on socials and everything. And then Anna Lee like screenshots his post and says, agree. And then it's like reposted in the kitchen. It's like the baby goat agrees as everyone's like flaming on Ben. What's your take on these paddles, Dylan, and on like, what Ben said in general?
Yeah, so the delamination of paddles definitely has an effect on the paddle. There's no doubt about that. It gives it more power. But is a delaminated paddle illegal right now, given the current rules?
Well, it's tough because these paddles get poppier as they're used. So it's like when USA Pickleball tests the paddle, like we play, I've hit with a new Carbon Power series. It's not really, it's as powerful as your paddle, I think, like an 002, 002A.
Hmm.
Nothing crazy at all, like a poppy paddle, but nothing insane. But then they get used, and if people are like hitting them with like hammers and like stuff, like they're gonna really break, and then they get insane. So that is not a legal paddle, but it's like it passed the initial test. So now that the PPA and MLP are going to be, their data collecting, they're going to implement like live tests.
Yep.
I think then it's going to be okay. This battle's not legal, but there's still problems with that because it's not like grit. Like, but if I gave someone like a new one of these paddles that's going to delaminate, I get my sticker on it for the day, and then I go and like break it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think
So it's kind of a problem. But I think it was funny. Or sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say I think that better testing, like live testing, like they're doing now, I think that's the answer. I don't think it's really a problem for the companies because like their job is to like push the boundaries and make paddles that are going to be the best paddle on the market. Like that's the business that they're in. So I feel like better testing, like as long as the testing is up to date and you can do live testing and players can challenge paddles and all that, then I don't think there's a problem with it. Like if players can take a risk, but they could get caught with it, and the repercussions are that you can like lose your appearance fee and like if you got a medal that weekend. So there's consequences for getting caught with an illegal paddle, and so it's just a risk that players are going to take.
It's interesting. That's kind of like differently from how I feel. I kind of feel it's like a question of ethics, kind of, but like we're only talking about the pro game. Like at the amateur level, like there's no consequences for using like Dave. Like you didn't really watch him play, but with that thing, it's unreal like how hard he's hitting the ball. And it's just not safe. It's like a safety concern. And I feel like these companies, I think a lot of them, Vatic Pro has definitely taken steps to fix the issue. I've heard carbon, like I've heard that the new carbons aren't supposed to break, but like because before, like I remember Spencer got his new paddles and everyone was like, Spencer's hitting so hard it doesn't sound right. And now like it's fine. So I think they're taking steps to fix them. But it's like I don't think it's right for these companies to pretend that there isn't an issue or that it's all like they're so high and mighty and like Ben is just like trying to like undercut them horribly. It's like the
Yeah.
CEO of Legacy has got to know. There's no way they don't know, right, about what's like going on with their paddles. And like when they're used for a couple months, it literally becomes like a loaded gun. It's like I think this is an issue also of like what happened to racquetball. I worked at Duper, and so we talked about this a lot. Steve Kuno, I talked about this, but racquetball was like really growing, but the game got too fast. Everyone's wearing goggles, and then it wasn't accessible, and then it's not like your grandma can go play anymore because it's like it's just not safe. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give them incentive not to make delaminated paddles, and penalize them if someone's caught with one
Yeah,
one of their
right.
paddles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I think it's, testing. I think, what happens at the pro game is kind of gonna trickle down, like when paddles fail. I think there needs to be less stigma around testing paddles too. Like, why do you have to pay $250 if you like fail, if you test someone's paddle and you're wrong, right? I think they should be like almost encouraging us to test paddles in a sense, or it shouldn't be such like a sore loser look.
Right.
Um,
I agree with that.
I don't know. It shouldn't be that. So I think, but it's kind of like the only way to avoid the sore loser look is to beat someone and then get their paddle tested. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there. I'm with you. I don't think there should be. I don't think it should cost that much to have a paddle tested, and then if you lose.
Yeah, like make it like $100 or like $50, but like 250. That's like the bronze medal bonus
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It is though.
Yeah.
It's when you play for bronze at a lot of these tournaments, you're just playing for pride, and
Yeah.
that sometimes has been tough for me personally. Um, okay, MLP preview. So Dylan, I want to know which teams are going to advance. Group A, Clean, BLQK, the Masters in Seattle.
I'm gonna say BLQK and Seattle will advance.
Why do you think you're better than the Milwaukee Masters?
Because
I'm not even going to talk about Team Clean. I'm not even talking about them.
I think Team Clean's good though. Like if they, I don't like for Matt and Zane to lose all their men's matches at the last MLP was surprising to me. I think they can definitely do better. Like that's not a team that you can
I
just
don't
count
think
on
Matt's
beating.
all there. I don't think Matt.
Yeah,
I don't think Matt I think if Matt believed
yeah, I
in
was
his
having this
team a little
conversation
more,
earlier.
Matt Matt's there, and Matt is a force. But I think he seemed a little not full Matt Wright level to me
Yeah,
when I watched.
the last time he definitely seemed like
That's enough talking about Team Clean. Why are you going to beat Milwaukee? Why are you going to beat that team?
so the last time we played, we didn't have Maggie Brasha, and we felt like we performed pretty well for not having
Right.
Maggie on our team. So I think we're all kind of excited for Maggie to be there. And Mircea was sitting with her a little bit today, the coach of the BLQK Bears, and he said that Maggie was playing well. So I think that's going to be
Noted, coach.
go to coach. I think she's going to be
The
a
best
big
coach in the
difference.
game.
Yeah,
When Mircea speaks, I listen, and I hope you do too.
last MLP we broke down a lot of film with Coach Mircea. Talked about a lot of strategy, had a bunch of different.
How many times did you get hit by Coach Mircea? Mircea hits a heavy ball. How many body bags did you take?
Definitely a few times, but he was really nice about it every time he hit me. He apologized. He made sure to apologize every time.
That's really, yeah, what a guy. Okay, yeah, I think Maggie really levels up your team. Is she gonna? I'm curious though. I don't know if you know even, but is she gonna play the right or the left in women's?
Um,
Because she's a left side player, but like on, you would expect Andrea's the better. I mean, Andrea's the higher pick, but
I think she's gonna play the right, but Andrea and her haven't played
yeah,
together yet, so
that could go either
yeah.
way. That could go either way. I think. I think that I think Maggie is like really good on the left. My take. All right, Group B, my group. Be honest. If you don't think the Hustlers are advancing, don't say.
The Hustlers
Vegas
have
Night
Rafa
Owls, the
Hewitt.
Hustlers, the Hard Eights, and the Fives. We have Rafa Hewitt. Rafa's playing with an Adidas paddle, though. He told us
Is he?
today,
Oh shoot. Um,
but he said it. He said it actually has like a lot of grit on it. Like it's got like your O2, like it's gritty. So
okay.
he's feeling
So
good.
we've got the Hard Eights.
But I have to say that
You have to say what?
I had to tell you that he's playing with an Adidas
Okay,
paddle.
but
I
it's
felt like it
still
was only
MLP
fair.
and it's still Rafa Hewitt, so whatever.
It's still MLP and it's still Rafa Hewitt. Yeah.
So you got your team, Hard Eights and Mad Drops. You said or no Mad Drops?
Uh, Vegas, which is Lauren, Viv, Declan, Kyle. The Hustlers, the Hard Eights, which is Riley, AJ, Lindsay, and Mary, and then the Fives, James and Annalie, Leah, Hayden.
Okay, I say your team and the Fives are the two that advance out of that pool.
I like that answer. So why do you think we beat? I mean, I think we should beat Vegas. We lost them in the Dream Breaker last time, but we were up 2-0, and I don't think we stacked the mix properly. Tyson and I had match points. Like I think we should beat them, but it's always a crapshoot.
Yeah,
The Hard Eights, though, I'm curious why you think that we'll advance over the Hard Eights.
I mean, how many times do I have to say it? You have Rafa Hewitt and it's MLP. Like, come on, how
Oh
can you
my
lose?
God. You're right. I need to get it together. I have another question for you though. Should I play with Rafa or Tyson? This is like a debate on my team right
Are you
now.
guys talking about that?
Rafa wants Rafa, he wants his one chance with
If
me.
you would just give
Give
him
me
one,
one. Just
you
give
would
me
see.
one, Anna. Just give me one.
Yeah,
Is this the time? He's pushing our GM. He's pushing our 3-5 GM hard. Our GM is saying that Tyson isn't alpha enough with me. He's like, Tyson's only playing 50%. He needs to be alpha.
okay.
He's not alpha enough with you. Like, I don't know where he got that from,
Yeah.
but Rafa's pushing. What do you think? I'm curious what you think,
Well, I
honestly.
mean, I think for you it wouldn't be that bad because you're comfortable playing the left and mixed too. But No, I think you need to stick with you and Tyson and Rafa and Lacey. I just think because Rafa and Lacey have played a
Yeah,
lot. Rafa and Lacey have played tournaments together, and they played the last one together, so they kind of know how to play
they
together.
played the last one together, but they went 0-2 together.
They were 0-2. They only played two matches.
They played two matches and they came up short.
Okay.
But they beat Annalie and Hayden. So like they've got wins over Annalie. How many people have wins over Annalie in mixed?
Yeah.
Not me. Not
Rafa,
you. Definitely not you.
but Rafa Hewitt. So there you go.
Rafa, you did MLP, baby. So we'll see. All right, Group C: St. Louis Shock, the Smash, ATX, and the Mad Drops.
Florida Smash and Mad Drops.
Mad Drops in the Smash here. Mad Drops in the Smash here. It's like pretty straightforward. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. Second question. We're not playing MLP anymore. It's not Major League Pickleball, but we're still on the same teams. But we are just brawling with each other. 4 versus 4 person fights. Okay?
Okay.
We're just fighting. We're fighting. All right?
We're in a. Okay.
Which teams advance? All right. Group A: Team Clean, BLQK, the Mashers, the Seattle Pioneers.
um.
We're not playing pickleball. We're fighting.
Yeah.
We're brawling.
So I think
All right?
I
You're
think
hungry. You're hungry.
the team that comes out of our pool without question is the Mashers, Milwaukee Mashers, and
No question. Yeah. I mean, come on. Callie and Lucy, like, those are, Andre and DJ, like, DJ, like, man, but like Andre, like, big guy,
yeah.
you know?
And I'm really not too high on our team's fighting ability, but honestly, we might be the other team that makes it out because the other.
You think your team might take down Seattle? You think,
Yeah.
I don't know about you and Fed. I don't think too highly of you and Fed. I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest.
but
Have you ever been in a fight, Dylan?
a verbal fight, but not a physical fight.
Okay, a verbal fight. Like, because you were telling me, like, the first time you, like, drank was on your 21st birthday. So I'm not expecting a lot of fighting ability out of you. I'm going to be honest.
No, I think if push came to shove, I could fight better than the other two teams in our pool. But again, like I agree, our teams.
You think you can fight better than Ben and Tyler?
Yeah,
Tyler's like scrappy.
yeah, but I'm not too high on Ben's fighting ability.
You think Andrea and Maggie are gonna, be able to throw hands with, like, I think Lena and Yana are legit, they're like some Eastern European blood there, along
Yana
with Lucy. And then, Seattle's got like Etta and Megan.
Yana's too small. You could just step on Yana, squish her
She's
like a bug.
small, but she hits the crap out of her fast twitch muscle fiber. Like, I have been backed by Yana. It hurts. I think she can throw a punch. I'm
Okay,
gonna go honestly. I think the Mashers are obviously advancing, and then I'm not high on BLQK. I think Andrea might, like, actually. She's got brothers. That's a factor. But I'm going Seattle here. I'm going Mashers in Seattle. That's my pick. All right,
okay.
Group B: Vegas Night
Group
Owls.
B.
They've got Deckel, but they've also got Kyle. All right, the Hustlers: Tyson, Rafa, me, Lacey. Hard Eights:
Again, I
Riley,
think
AJ,
I
Mary,
think
Lindsay.
Rafa carries you
I don't.
guys out.
And then the fives. You think Rafa carries us? I think Tyson. I mean,
Ra-
Tyson, like, wrestled in college, so I think,
Rafa's country strong.
like,
He's a farm boy. He's gonna carry
Rafa's
you guys
country
out of that.
strong. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. It's winery in Idaho, like, in Alabama. He's from Alabama. Like, come on, the guy's got some meat on his bones too.
Yeah.
If Rafa's hungry, he's a dog. He's got that dog in him. So I think, yeah, I think we make it out. I don't think. I think I'm definitely the weak link on our team. Like, Lacey's small for sure, but like pound for pound, I think only Callie and Elise, like, are would like be comparable strength wise. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to throw a punch. I might just have to try to survive until I can get some help. Um, all right, and then the other three teams, we got Vegas, the Hard Eights, and the Fives.
Vegas, hard eights, and the fives. I think. Oh wait, who? Not the fives. Oh yeah, the fives. I think I go with Deckel's team, and I think Deckel carries. I think Deckel carries his team out of the pool.
And Viv is also really strong. But Viv is so
Yeah.
sweet. Viv is so sweet. She'd be like, sorry, 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 sorry. Okay. But you know who I'd be like terrified of in a fight? Terrified. Leia.
Really.
I would be scared for my life. She's gonna pull out. She's gonna pull out all your hair. She's gonna like be poking your eye. She's gonna be biting. Like, I'd be really scared of Leia.
Do you think your team could beat the Milwaukee Mashers?
That's a good question. On the female side, absolutely not. Like Rosalind Tyson would have to take care of business quickly and come help us out.
Yeah.
Callie is another one I'd be terrified of. But this is something I was talking about with Lacey. Callie has a lot of hair. She's got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
If you get a hand on that hair, because like I have like, some hair, but I feel like I could like secure it. But that much hair, like it doesn't matter if she puts it in a bun, like you're gonna get a hand on it.
Yeah. That's definitely a chink in the
Don't
armor.
you think?
Yeah.
It's a chink in the armor. Like otherwise I think Callie is like definitely the best female in this sense. But she got a lot of hair and that's a weakness. She's got a lot of hair. And that's just a fact. If she's got a ribbon in it, it probably makes it even easier. Um Group C, St. Louis Shock, the Smash, ATX, and the Mad Drops.
I think St. Louis Shock has a good chance with Eric and Jay having their height and reach. It's a big advantage.
You think Jay can hit someone?
Oh no, I forgot.
He's gonna have to be like, come on. Like,
I forgot
no.
that he was
I don't
French,
I
so
think
probably
Eric is
not.
legit. You forgot that he was French, yeah, like it's gotta be a little soft.
um,
Love the guy. Love the guy, but and I just don't think Elise and Simone, like Elise like really strong, but just like small, like Simone, I just feel like whenever I see Simone, I'm just like a little worried about her. Like I
Florida Smash can make it
don't
out.
see it. Colin though, can Colin handle getting hit?
No,
We see him get hit by a pickleball, and he's throwing his hat on the ground.
no.
He's
I think
he's not okay.
I think
But I think the rest of their team is super legit.
yeah,
Travis has been in some fights.
yeah.
Travis has probably been in more fights than anyone else in this pickleball world, and because I think Travis legit, Jesse and Georgia super legit. I'm a little worried about Colin. Not gonna lie.
Maybe swap Colin with one of the girls so that he can fight in women's doubles and one of the girls
Oh
can fight
yeah,
with
you kind
Travis in men's doubles.
of that is so funny. Yeah, you kind of like that's funny. No, that might be the way to do it. Yeah, Colin versus Callie, who wins?
Callie.
Yeah, that I think that's tight. Yeah. Okay. ATX I think is the worst team in this hypothetical scenario.
Although
J-Dub,
I do have to say that
Gabe, and the Kawas.
J-Dub, I've been with J-Dub and DJ, and we've been talking about fighting before, and J-Dub thinks that he can go toe to toe with DJ in a fight. I said, J-Dub, how many times, if you fought DJ 10 times, how many times do you win? And he said probably 5 or 6 times he beats DJ in a fight. So J-Dub's pretty confident in his fighting ability.
Really?
Yeah,
J-Dub has that's great though. He's got confidence. That's huge.
yeah,
Does J-Dub know when you throw a punch if your thumb goes inside or outside your fist?
probably not. But he says that he's a fast learner because I told him that DJ's a trained fighter. Like DJ's had some classes in fighting, and J-Dub said that's fine, but I can just watch some fighting movies like Karate Kid and pick up a few tricks. So I think if he does that, he's
Karate
fine.
Kid.
Yeah.
If he watches some Karate Kid. Oh God. Okay, so maybe J-Dub. I'm probably underestimating J-Dub. J-Dub's a fast learner. Is Gabe a fast learner? Is Gabe Tardio a fast learner in this situation?
No, but he's got a lot of confidence, that's for sure. He would go in there feeling pretty confident, I think. But get crushed pretty quickly.
And then the Kawas, I think the Kawas are, I I think they're small. They're not the beefiest. I don't see like them getting too mean.
Nah,
I'm not too high on the Kawas here.
ATX is out for sure.
I think ATX is definitely. I think ATX is getting pummeled. Gonna be honest. I don't know if ATX makes it out of this bar. The Mad Drops. I think the Mad Drops are a legit fight squad.
Yeah, yeah,
Julian, Thomas, Catherine, and Irina. You know, Catherine's looking real beefy these days.
yeah.
You know, she's looking real jacked. You know, she's looking a little
Why do you
different.
think that is?
And Irina's
Think she's working? She's got that new
yeah,
trainer.
she's got this new trainer. She's got this
It's
new
paying
trainer. She's
dividends.
actually looking stronger than her. She's also looking stronger than I think his name is Connor.
Yeah,
She's looking a little bigger than him even, but I think Catherine's legit. Irina, you know, same like Eastern European. I think that counts for a lot. You know, I played a lot of Russian tennis players when I was younger. Oh my God, they're the worst. They cheat, you know, but they're hungry. Like they need it, they want it. So I do not want to be dealing with anybody from with Eastern European blood in a fight. And then I feel like Thomas could can throw hands for
yeah.
sure. I think I think Julian can hold his own, but I think T is the number one male in that
He'd be a
scenario.
formidable fighter for sure. Who do you think wins it
Yeah,
all, though?
I think the Masters. I'm going Masters here.
Yeah,
I just think their women are OP, and I think you know Andre is like 6'6", like DJ is like 5'11". So um, I think they're sorry, DJ. I know you're you know pushing 6 feet. But yeah, I think the Masters win it all. That's my pick.
same. I think on paper they should definitely win.
Yeah. Okay. And honestly, Dylan, I think that we should just be thankful, me and you in particular, that this is not MLP and we're playing pickleball because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we're both below average fighters in this scenario.
yeah. I agree. But I
Yeah,
think I
you know
could beat
that's
you in a
okay.
fight.
That's okay. We're intellectuals. That's why we're podcasting because we're intellectuals. We don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Yeah, that is. I do think you could probably beat me.
I think
I do think I could beat Hayden though. I beat him in singles in a Dream Breaker. I think I could beat him in a fight.
he's pretty small. You probably weigh more than Hayden.
I think I've gotta. Um, I don't think he's not like stronger than me, but he has a weak spot that I don't have, and I think if I can just get free enough to target that, I think I'll be all
Yeah,
right.
fair enough.
That's my take. Um, you got anything else you want to say about MLP, Dylan? You got anything you want to say about the Challenger level or anything? I'm really excited for the Challenger League. I think it's going to be a blast.
I think
I really want to see how the teams that made big picks do, like the Brooklyn Aces taking Tyra. I think the team that the bus, which you know has our friend Millie on it, and they picked Jill and then traded her to um, for Megan Fudge. I want to see how Jill plays. See how Brendan. I think Brendan is honestly the best guy in Challenger, and he like didn't even get picked up in the first go round. And I think he's the best guy. Like, who do you think is better than Brendan?
I think I think Pablo and Christian are pretty good, and
Oh
they're on the
yeah,
same team.
yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. You're right. I think the Bay Area Breakers will probably win again. I also, if you like, honestly, like, who do you think is the team to beat in our level? Like, I think the Mad Drops are favored to win
You think
again
so?
because I think their group is pretty soft, right? I think they're going to advance. There's a good chance they'll advance 3-0 again. I think they're going to have a 1 or the 2 seed and they're going to be playing confident again. Like, you don't really want to see. I saw what a confident Julian looks like. Um,
Yeah.
and they're a great Dream Breaker team. So I think if the Mad Drops were in my group, I wouldn't say that. Like if we swapped places, but with the way the groups shook out, I think the Mad Drops. What do you think?
I don't think I don't think they win again. Um,
Yeah, I mean, just if I had to pick one team that's going to win, bet my money on, I would pick the Mad Drops.
I think, yeah,
I think they have the easiest path to
I think they
victory,
have a good
I
chance,
guess.
but I don't think they win. I don't know. They're good.
You think BLQK wins?
I think BOQK can win if BOQK plays good. We've got Maggie now.
Do you think Dylan can win if Dylan plays good too?
Yeah,
Just since you said that in the third
yeah,
person. The Hustlers can win too if the Hustlers play well. I think most there's like almost all these teams like you can always say like, they could win
yeah.
if everybody's
Everybody's
firing
good.
on all cylinders.
Everybody's
So
good. Everybody has a good team.
everybody's good. It's yeah, that's why it's like so fun. Um, but yeah, everyone, we're in Daytona. We're excited. Do you have anything else you want to say to all our fans, Dylan?
Thank you guys for tuning in to the drop.
The drop. Hope everybody enjoyed this take and the very fun and exciting topic of the MLP brawl. We think the Masters come out on top. If you think someone else comes out on top, feel free to message us or leave it in the comments of YouTube or in the kitchen, wherever you see this. And Dylan out. Thanks,
See ya.
guys.